Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your angel reading for October 2017. I'm using oracle cards in addition to the tarot cards because I get messages with oracle cards that I would never get with the traditional tarot deck. And one of those messages in particular is that heaven is watching over you. And that's just not something I would get with a regular tarot deck. So I'm using the Saints and Angels by Doreen Virtue and the Enchanted Tarot. Now the theme is regarding either happy childhood memories, children, or somebody from your past. And the first card that we have is vision. So what is it that you envision for yourself? What is it that you envision for your future? I mean, maybe you are having visions. Maybe you're having visitations at night in your dreams from loved ones, because the next card here says heaven is watching over you. And sometimes we meet with our loved ones at night in our dreams. And don't discount it. Don't think that it's just a dream. They probably really are meeting you with you in your dreams. But visions also is about envisioning what it is you want for yourself. And here you have the World card. This is success. Success and victory and having achieved everything that you set out to achieve. But you have to envision what it is that you want and set that as your goal and work towards that. And this is you. This is the Taurus energy in the Pentacles. It's the Earth energy, and Taurus is an Earth sign. So the Prince of Pentacles is slow and steady, gets the job done. The Prince is known as the Knights in most tarot decks. They're the fighters, defenders, the protectors. And the Pentacles energy is regarding your money, your home, and your health. So you will fight for, defend, and protect your home and your income and your money. And you enjoy the finer things in life. Your home is important to you. You're hardworking. You're a steady worker. You set your goals and you achieve your goals and you get them done. And this is just about you, that slow and steady progress towards success. Envision what it is that success means for you and then working towards that. And the next card is Heaven is Watching Over You. So if this is about someone that's passed on, whether you've had the loss of a child or the loss of a parent or the loss of a childhood friend, or maybe it was even someone that you were in love with in your past, and if they've passed on, then this is the message for you, that they're on the other side and they're watching over you and that they're fine. And this is the message for you here, that they're still with you. There's Two of Hearts. They are still with you. You are not alone. They are with you. And that's the message here. Now here's the Prince of Wands, and I'll just describe the energy of the Prince of Wands. I will throw out there, it could be a fire sign. I don't usually even say that because then it excludes everybody else who isn't a fire sign. But there's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So that's the air sign. But let me describe the energy of this person. Whether this is the loved one or not, I'm going to describe this and you decide for yourself who this is for you and what this represents to you. This is somebody who's very active, very energetic, very passionate, very fiery, very motivated. They've got strong leadership skills. They're go-getters. If it was a child or a young adult, they're probably very athletic. It could be somebody who's always busy, always starting projects, always doing something. This is not somebody who's going to sit in front of the TV for very long. They get bored. There's constant movement and motion with this person. So if this is the person that's passed on, then know that they're watching over you. And if this doesn't describe the person who's passed on, then maybe that message is only for some of you and not for all. But just know that for all of you who've lost anybody, which is pretty much everyone, that they are watching over you. And they do come to you at night in your dreams. Sometimes you remember. And it's those dreams that feel real are the ones that are real. And if you're having visions about your loved one, if you and not necessarily visions, but sometimes they speak to us in whatever means that they can. if it's in your dreams, or if it's this repetitive song that plays on the radio over and over, or if you're standing there for no reason, you smell them, and you have this memory of what they smell like, they're probably there with you. Their energy is there with you, and it's triggering that memory of what they smelled like because they're there with you. So pay attention to that. Don't discount it and think it's in your imagination. It's not. They really are there with you. So I guess I mentioned that it could be like if this represents you as the child and the happy childhood memories that you have with that person, and if that's a parent, you know, this could be your parent or your child or a childhood friend even. Maybe you've lost touch with a childhood friend and haven't seen them in 30 years. But on the other side, there is no clock. Spirit has no clock. So when our loved ones pass on, to them, it doesn't feel like 30 years since they saw you. To them, it was just a moment ago when they had very happy childhood memories with you and were sharing those happy childhood memories. So maybe they're thinking of you and they're coming to visit you, and that's just the message. And here's Triumphant. Thank goodness for Triumphant. Taurus has had some pretty tragic events and some sad news in their readings that I've done for you, but this is Triumphant, and here's the Princess of Pentacles. So all of you Taurus, male and female, are all represented. You have the Prince of Pentacles here, and you have the Princess, male and female. So the Prince is the one who's taking action. The Princess is it's male or female, or this represents taking action, and this represents the messenger. So this is the messenger about job, income, home, and health. So this is the message that you might be getting about a new job or a new home. Maybe you intended to move and you've been trying to buy a new home, or you've been looking for a new apartment, because here's this card move right here. So maybe you're moving, and this is the messenger that's telling you that your mortgage came through because it's regarding money and it's regarding your home. Or this is the real estate agent telling you that they accepted your offer and you're buying your new home. Or this could be the landlord informing you that the apartment is available and you can move in. Maybe there's an apartment if you live in the city and there's something you've been eyeing up for a long time and now it's available, but this is the messenger here. And you are triumphant. Thank goodness. I'm glad that you're triumphant for a change. I've had some tragedies in your readings lately. And here's the Prince of Swords, which is also about taking action. So the Prince energy is taking action. This is you've got 3 of them. You've got 3 princes. Wow. So this is all about action. This is about you moving forward, taking action, and getting the job done. So let me describe the difference between the 3. The Prince of Pentacles is about, you know, that fable about the tortoise and the hare, where the tortoise works slow and steady and just keeps on going. They don't give up and they don't stop. Whereas the rabbit, this would be the rabbit. The Prince of Wands is like the rabbit. This is that quick forward motion, but then they burn out, so then they have to rest for a while. And then that quick forward motion, and then they burn out and have to rest for a while. So this is the rabbit and this is the hare. This is the very fast, fiery, energetic. No, you know, it doesn't always mean you burn out quickly, but this is that fast, fiery, energetic. This is quicker energy, faster energy. It burns out quicker, where this doesn't. This is very grounded and it's slow and steady. And this is also very quick, very quick to take action. This is moving forward. This is the fighter, defender, protector. This one's not so much a fighter. The Pentacles energy is not so much a fighter. They're the ones who give a bribe. They're the ones who are going to pay off the other side because they don't feel like fighting. You're not the fighter. The Taurus is not the fighter. This would be like an Aries. This is a fire sign. This will be an air sign, like a Libra. I can't spit them out as quickly as everybody else. This is the air sign. This is the fire sign. This is the earth sign. So this is the kind of energy. It's also fast forward movement, but it's much more in the mind. It's intellectual. It's seeking the truth and seeking the knowledge and seeking the wisdom. This is about finances and money and home. And this is about the passion and the physical movement. and the physical passion. So if we look at this card here with the triumphant, so this is you seeking out ways, seeking knowledge and educating yourself to reach your goals. This is you educating yourself and figuring out how to reach your goals and thinking it through. This is you thinking it through. This is the kind of energy, the Prince of Wands doesn't always think it through. They act without thinking and then suffer the consequences. These might think, and these two princes here have the masculine energy because they have this energy that looks like a phallic symbol, if that's the way you can remember it. The Swords energy and the Wands energy is very masculine, and then the Pentacles energy is much more passive, much more receptive, and not as aggressive and not as not as masculine. I don't want to say not as masculine, but it's not as aggressive, and they don't fight as much as the other two might fight. You would be more, this kind of energy is the kind of energy that would kind of like back off because you don't want to fight about it, but you're going to do what needs to be done to get the job done. And this is the kind of person here in the Pentacles that's the caretaker and the provider. You're the kind of person that takes care of your family and wants to provide for your family. And the Earth energy are the kind of people that care about their homes and they work hard at their jobs. So this is triumphant here. This is working towards your goals, getting your message about your new home, if it's a new home that's in the works, or getting a message about the new source of income, or getting a message about a raise or a new position at work, or a new credit card. It's money and home, or it's just a message about your health, something to do with your health. But it's triumphant, so it's success. So maybe your cholesterol levels have come down. Maybe your blood sugar is better. Maybe there's some kind of health message that there's health improvements for you and you're triumphant. Maybe you're in, is it regression? No, it's not regression. In, what's the word for, like when you go through chemotherapy with cancer, remission. Maybe you're in remission. And this would be the card that would talk about, if you're in remission for cancer treatments, and this is you being triumphant. So that's awesome news if that's the case. Congratulations and good for you if that's the case. And this is the card that says believe. So believe in your visions. It's right under your visions. So believe in these things, this intuition that guides you. Your intuition will guide you if you pay attention to it. And the more you pay attention to your intuition, don't discount it and say, oh, that's just my imagination. Go with it, because the more that you accept it and the more that you follow your intuition, the more it will come to you. And it actually helps you to really develop a psychic ability within yourself. Never, never discount your intuition, because it's telling you something. And if you walk into a place of employment, or you're going to a job interview and it doesn't feel right to you, it probably isn't right. Follow your intuition and take action and go elsewhere. Pay attention to your intuition and go elsewhere, because there's probably something better waiting for you. And this is just this message about believe. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can be triumphant. Believe in your visions, and believe that heaven is watching over you. There's all these messages here. Now here's conflicts. Nine of Wands is about conflicts. It's about struggles. It's about responsibilities. And if it's been difficult for you, know that you can be triumphant. You can work it out. It's almost over. The tarot cards go up to 10. And 10 is at the end of the cycle, and you're at 9. So you're almost there. This is like that last hump to get over before you're done. Before you're done with that lesson and you can move on with your life. Whatever that lesson is for you, whatever that situation is for you, it's different for everybody. But you're at the end of that stage. And here's the moon, and this is again about intuition. The moon energy means not everything is as it seems. And this little moon is very sad. Maybe this is representative of your grief if you've lost somebody. Or it's grief over, maybe you haven't felt the joy. Childhood can be very joyous and happy and have a lot of happy memories. And maybe you're feeling sad because you don't feel that way anymore. Think of the times in your childhood where you're just running around outside in the yard and it was you and the grass and the sky and the trees, and it was just you running around and in your imagination. and the joy that you felt as a child in those situations. And maybe it's been a long time since you felt that. And this is also about your intuition. Believe in your intuition and your emotions. The moon energy is also your emotions. So trust yourself, trust your emotions, trust your intuition, believe in it. Now this is about safe travel. So if you're moving, physically moving, I'm seeing this energy here about the home and moving here and safe travel. This is just a message indicating that there's going to be safe travel. You're going to be safe. Everything's going to be fine. And here's the Two of Swords and the Judgment card. So the Judgment card could have to do with, this is a renewed time in your life. You're entering a new phase in your life. It's about rebirth and renewal. It's about forgiveness as well. But it's probably about moving on. Maybe you're moving away from your childhood town. Maybe you've lived in the same town. If these are your happy childhood memories, maybe you've lived in your childhood home. Maybe you're a young adult and you're moving out of your parents' home for the first time. That's all reflected here. And the Judgment card is rebirth and renewal and forgiveness. So it's this rebirth and renewal, this new phase of your life, if you are moving or if you're just traveling. Maybe you've made a decision to travel. You need some renewed energy. You need to do something for yourself for a change. Maybe you're going to go on a pilgrimage. And maybe that's a calling for you, because the Judgment card is also about when something is a calling. You've been called to do something. So maybe you've been called to go on a pilgrimage. Maybe you've been called to go visit this country or this place that you've been longing to visit all of your life. And now you're finally just going to go do it. And this is about that decision to make. It's being indecisive. The Two of Swords is about being indecisive. So if you're deciding whether or not to travel, or you're deciding whether or not to move, I'm seeing the message here is that it's safe to travel and move, and you will be triumphant. So it's fine. If you want to move away from your parents, if you want to move away from your childhood town, and maybe your family, you've stayed in that place for so long because your family is there and you haven't wanted to move away. But maybe this is time for you to go. It's time for you to start fresh, start new, renew, a renewed you, and it's time to move. So make the choice that feels best for you, but you're going to be triumphant and you're going to be safe, and it will be a good thing for you if you choose to move. You have the free will to stay or you have the free will to go. It's your choice. And then here's our final card about move. So this could be moving, physically moving to a new home or a new town or a new state or to a new country. Or it could be about action, taking action. If we see this as falling underneath this message about your health and being triumphant, but maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you need to exercise more. The Taurus energy, you don't love to. I'm going to say it's easier for you to sit still and do nothing, more so than any other sign. You're so grounded that you have no problem whatsoever sitting on that couch. You love your good food, you love your good wine and your drinks, and you have no problem sitting there and not moving. So maybe the message is, if your cholesterol's high and your blood sugar's high and you're not feeling so well and you're putting on the pounds, maybe this is the message for you to start moving, physically moving. Go to the gym, just go for a walk. Get on your bike, go for a bike ride, go for a walk. Just get on the floor and stretch a little bit. Just stretching gets the blood moving. And once you start doing that, small steps at a time, don't overwhelm you. If you get overwhelmed, it's easy to quit. But then if you do this and take action and move just a little bit, maybe walk out your back door, walk around your yard once and come back. And that's a start. Eventually you can walk down the street. Eventually you can walk around the block. And before you know it, you're running 5Ks. So if this is the messenger about being triumphant where your health is concerned, you do need to take action. You have to take action to do that by moving and exercising. And here's the Six of Wands, which again is success and victory. You've got the success and victory all over your reading. It's the World card is